Hi guys, it's Shelly from the Lemonade Store, and today is just going to be a very quick and fun, easy project to do. This is a ceramic ornament that you could pick up anywhere. Michael's, probably Joann's, Amazon. I will link to the Amazon descriptions below for you. And I am just going to make a little ornament with some alcohol inks and keep it simple, and then add a little bit of detail at the end with a pen. So I'm using 91% alcohol. You can also use 99%, I believe, but I don't even know if I've seen that anywhere. I've seen the 91% pretty easily. So always clean your ornament first, and just to make sure it doesn't have any oils on it, or if it's gross from the packaging or anything like that. And I just like to make sure it's nice and clean and dry, and before I start with adding some of my alcohol inks. And I have a variety of inks. I have, those are the Ranger alcohol inks, and I also have the Pinata Jacquard brand inks. They're all really good. I like the Pinata. I get that from the art supply store that I go to. They seem really vibrant, but I also like the Ranger ones. They're all good, and those are readily available. So I keep a little bottle of blending solution, and then I have another little bottle right there that is of my alcohol solution. And I'll put that applicator below also, so that it's a little bit easier to pinpoint where you want to add some of the alcohol to help it blend. Don't forget to wear gloves. And also it's very, very smelly. So make sure you have, the window open, maybe a fan going, or do it outside, whatever's easiest for you. I also like to keep a little palette next to me. It's just a plastic palette that if I want to do very specific painting, I have a paintbrush, a couple paintbrushes that I use just for this. And I have a big giant tray. It's a cake pan tray that I have. And since I don't bake any cakes that are this big, I use it for my alcohol inks. I used to bake all the time, but I kind of stopped baking and did hand lettering instead a couple years ago. It's funny how that happens. And before we get started, let me just show you a few examples that I have made last night and today. This one has some pretty pinks. It's got the dark pink, the light pink, and then it has some really cool rose. I don't know what is it called, rose quartz or something, metal in there. And then just some pretty ones that have different shades of greens and blues and turquoise. I love all those colors. So let's get started. I'm going to do some pinks and purples and blues, I think. So a lot of times when you mix the pinks with the blues, you're going to get purple anyway. So I'm going to focus on that since I have no solid purple color. So I like to just add a little bit of color, and then I'll often add some of the alcohol solution to kind of get it moving so that I can have enough time to blend with everything. And I just think this is so organic, so natural. Just enjoy the process. Don't try to stress over it, because really, if you don't like it, you can take alcohol and completely clean it off and start all over. So I always keep a little bit of alcohol also off to the side, just so I can dip my paintbrush in and manipulate it a little bit. And I don't even know if you need to manipulate it, but I think I just do. I can't help myself. It's just kind of fun to play with the colors and the ink and everything. So I like when there's a little bit of white. I'm going to try doing this a little bit more abstract and have the white up at the top, so that if I want to add something later, I can, or just so to give it another variation. And I'll just kind of let this play. You can watch some of the what I'm doing. So I really wanted to keep the white. Like, I guess I'm kind of fighting it over there, but eventually it listens to me and I'm able to wipe it clean. And I think that looks pretty good. It's got some nice layers and some different interest points. And I always like to make sure I do the sides of the ornament where the ink is, just to kind of finish it off and it doesn't look too messy. And I like to dry it a couple of times just to make sure, that things are kind of sitting where they need to sit. And I didn't like that one spot there either, so I just kind of wanted to mess with that a little bit more. But that's what's so great about this medium, is that you can just keep playing with it until you get it the way you want it to. It's really fun. If you haven't tried it, it's easy and it's fun, and it really gives some fun, beautiful results. So make sure it's dry, and then I always like to turn it around and see those little spots where the ink got on the back. I will clean those up as well so that it just has a nice finished back, and that's real easy to do. Just spritz some alcohol on a paper towel and carefully wipe the edge. The trick is don't rub it back and forth, just go in one direction, because the ink will start to smear if you go back and forth. And so if you need to rotate the paper towel, you could do that, and then just kind of wipe away those areas, and it looks great. It ends up being super clean. Now I wanted to add a little bit more detail, so once the back is all clean, I'm gonna clear off this space and we are going to doodle on top of the ornament just to make it ours and to make it a little bit more unique. I find that if I use a paint pen, those usually work well, or I can use, this one is the Molotow Liquid Chrome in a 1mm size. So I just wanted to make sure it was dry, and I'm just gonna maybe do a little flower on it. Nothing major. I don't want to take away from the alcohol ink, but just a little something. So the very last step is, once you're all done, make sure that it's dry, and then you want to go outside or in a well-ventilated area and apply some sort of a finish. You can do a matte finish. I've been using this Aleene's gloss finish, and it's super fast drying, and it looks really great and seems to be holding up really well. So you want to do probably light coats, maybe 2 to 3 light coats is what I usually do, and then it seals it all perfect, and you can add a little bow and hang it on your tree or give it away as a gift. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I appreciate all of the likes, and hope you are doing well. See you soon.